This is One Man's Family. One Man's Family is dedicated to the mothers and fathers of the younger generation and to their bewildering offspring. Today transcribed, we present Chapter 3, Book 72, entitled Father Barbour Gets Left Behind. Henry Barbour, bundled against an unseasonal October chill, puttered in his beloved garden overlooking the Golden Gate until mid-afternoon today. When the sun disappeared behind gathering clouds and the blue of the ocean became an ominous slate gray, he went into the house, looking forward to a long, comfortable evening in his favorite chair near the fireplace. He had his shower, changed to dark flannels, and an old lounging jacket. Now he is happily slapping his slippers down the stairs to the library. He paused in the doorway, pleased to see Cliff lighting a fire in the fireplace.
Cozy, eh, Clifford?
Hi, Dad. Fog rolling in. I thought we might have a fire in here. Put this log on and we're all set.
Looks like a well-seasoned piece of eucalyptus.
Yeah, it's good and dry. Grab a chair, Dad.
Yeah. Fragrant. Purify the air.
Well, that's what everybody says.
Of course it does. You've heard of eucalyptus ointment for curing colds.
Is that why you burn eucalyptus logs in your fireplace?
Oh, very amusing, I'm sure. Look out the window. You're right, that's going to be quite a fog. I like it, though. Yes. There's nothing I enjoy quite so much as to know the families all together in their various homes here in Seacliff. All of us cozy in our own houses, with a great billowy fog rolling in through the Golden Gate and plenty of well-seasoned wood. Oh, that's a nice fire, Clifford.
We're going to have some tea in a minute, Dad. Tea and fresh bread, Mrs. Kettleman's treat.
Oh, tea, fresh bread, and a comfortable chair by the fireplace. I tell you, there's nothing like it in the whole wide world, the sanctuary of a man's home, with his family around him. Yes. What time does Andy get in from school?
Oh, he'll pull in about 3:45.
And there's another blessing, Clifford. A young boy growing up in this house again. It's heartening to hear a boy's cheerful voice when he comes home from school. Yes. Oh, where's your mother?
Mom? Oh, she went over to Betty's for a moment.
Oh, a moment, indeed.
That's what she said.
Your mother's moments can stretch into anything from 10 minutes to all afternoon. What do women do with babies? Have you any idea? After they've bathed them and changed them and fed them, which can't take forever, what do they do then, Clifford? Just stand by the cribs and gaze in adoration, do you suppose?
Betty doesn't even get time to comb her hair. I guess triplets can keep you reasonably busy.
Yeah, but with a little method and efficiency, they could do their chores in half the time. Huh? What are you doing?
Opening the window a minute so we can get a whiff of fog. Salty. And listen to the foghorns.
Yes. A very agreeable sound. I like it very much.
Man. If that isn't a San Francisco sound for you, I never heard one.
Yes. Well, close the window and pull the drapes.
Yeah.
Good. A snug room with a crackling fire. The fog rolling in and the curtains drawn. Tea and new homemade bread coming up.
You're not drooling, are you, Dad?
Clifford, push my footstool over this way, will you?
There you are.
Thank you. Well, I suppose you're going out tonight with Roberta?
As a matter of fact, I'm not.
But you were home last night, too, Clifford.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have a nice family evening, shall we? Perhaps a few hands of cards, your mother and you and I, and then early to bed, eh?
Well, I'll go tell Mrs. Kettleman to get the tea things ready.
Oh, Clifford.
Yeah?
I don't want to intrude, but is Roberta's job keeping her pretty busy?
Well, there's an anthropologist at the university named Parker, Wilbur Parker. She's helping him classify some material.
Oh, Wilbur Parker.
I'll be back in just a minute.
Yes. Snug by the fireside this evening. That's us. Oh.
Anybody home?
Hazel, my dear, come in.
Well, Father, don't you look cozy?
Don't either. Sit down, Hazel. Sit down. My goodness. Raindrops on your hair.
Oh, there's really getting to be quite a mist, Father.
You aren't driving a car.
Oh, no, I walked over. Where's Mother?
I'll give you one quick guess.
Oh, I see. Betty's.
Where else?
Well, I came over to borrow that little canvas duffel bag, with the zipper top. Any idea where it is?
Not the slightest, but your mother will know. Sit down. We're going to have a cup of tea and a slice of fresh homemade bread.
Oh?
Mrs. Kettleman's contribution to a cozy afternoon.
Well, how nice of Mrs. Kettleman. Foghorns are caterwauling on the bay like crazy.
Yes, yes. Tonight I'll have my window open and the feathery fog deep and still and motionless outside and the foghorn baying like the hounds of Baskerville.
More like the hounds of hell.
What? You don't like the foghorns?
No, especially not that shrill one like the voice of a tortured catamount.
Romance, Hazel, the body and soul and voices of San Francisco. Yes, yes, the surf on the shore. Oh, Hazel, I tell you, it's all well and good to go away for a few summer months, but actually there's nothing like October, eh? With everybody back in town, so I know where they are.
Shall I get it?
Oh, the foolish thing's been ringing all afternoon. People know we're home again, and they won't let us alone.
Here, Father.
Thank you. Hello? Oh, is that you, Skippy? Andy? Oh, where are you, boy? You're supposed to be home by this time. Yeah? Oh, your father's out in the kitchen. You want to speak to him personally?
I'll get him.
Yes, yes. You're where? Whose house? Duchess. Who's Duchess? Oh, Dutch Ritter. Oh, a boy. Where does he live? Oh, just a moment. Here's your father.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
He's at somebody's house. Tell him it's foggy out.
Hiya, Superman. What cooks? Huh? Oh, well, I guess so, Andy. What do you mean, all night? Well, hey, maybe I better speak to Dutch's mother.
All night where? What is this, Clifford? What's going on?
Just a second, Dad.
Well, what is this desire in people, can you tell me, to stay away from their own fireside? I don't understand.
Kid's idea of fun, Dad.
Well, you're fixing up that room for that boy that'd be the envy of almost any lad in America.
Just a second, Dad. Hello, Miss Ritter.
Workbench, model airplanes, everything. And now he wants to stay away with strangers all night.
Oh, pardon me, Mrs. Ritter. What did you say? But I just got Andy a workbench over here. Oh, they'd rather work there, I see.
Don't let him do it.
Well, he'll have to come home and get some pajamas because... Oh, same size, huh? Well, Mrs. Ritter, what about school tomorrow? Or his clothes... Oh, I see.
Don't give in. He'll have peanut butter on the front of his shirt.
All right, Mrs. Ritter, that's just fine. Yes, will you let me speak to him again, please? Oh, Andy, you remember your manners now. Slow down when you eat. All right, son. All right. Have a good time. Good night.
Here I come with the goodies. Mrs. Kettleman would only butter one slice of bread apiece. She said any more would spoil our dinner.
Hey, you gave in, Clifford?
Well, young Dutch Ritter's a nice boy, Dad.
Is he indeed?
What's the matter?
Oh, never mind. We won't discuss it. I'd looked forward to a contented sort of evening with everyone at home.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, hi, Paul.
Hey, you're home early.
Just in time to have tea with us.
Do I smell some of Mrs. Kettleman's fresh bread?
I'll get another slice. Help yourself. What's the weather getting like out?
Oh, thick. It's a real pea souper. Oh, Hazel, don't bother. I got to dress in a hurry and get on my way.
Paul, where are you going?
Don't you remember, Dad? I told you this morning. Airport employees' dinner tonight at St. Francis. I got to make a speech.
Tonight, Paul? Oh, that's too bad. Well, here. Hold on. Sit down. It's early.
Oh, I got 4 or 5 calls to make, Dad. I just ran into change.
Now, don't rush, Paul. You have time for a quick cup of tea, certainly.
Well, all right, Hazel. Thanks. Hey, this old room is always pleasant in the fall, isn't it?
I was just saying, I like having us all here in our houses in Seacliff when the winter begins to come on. With you and Clifford both in the house now, I'd look forward to a little bridge if your mother ever gets back.
She across the hedge again?
Can't keep her home. Triplets.
That's our mom. Dan get away all right?
No, something came up this noon. He finally got tickets on the Lark.
I'm glad he wasn't planning to fly.
Is anybody flying in this weather?
Fly? Train? What in the name of goodness are you people talking about?
Dan's trip, Father.
What trip? I didn't know he was going to take any trip.
Oh, it isn't anything. He's just running down to Los Angeles for a couple of days.
Where is he? Why didn't he drop by with you?
Oh, he had to go over to Nicky and Claudia's on an errand. He might drop by on his way back. I think he had to check with Nicky on something to do with the trip.
Well, I guess that settles that, Dan, old boy. Now you leave for the South all in order.
How about getting to the train?
Well, Jack's going to drive me down to the station. Don't like Hazel to drive in the fog.
Yes, and the way it looks now, it's going to be thicker by nighttime.
Really rolling in? All right.
I hope Joan took her warm coat to school. She'll be cold coming home.
Hank and Pinky tell me that Joan's acting like a new person. They used to tease her a lot, I'm afraid, but they don't seem to get a rise out of her now.
Oh, we're so pleased with her, Dan.
Paul did a fine job with her this summer. No question about it.
I think I'll turn Pinky over to him for a while. That job in the lumber camp really went to his head.
Quite the big operator now, I heard.
I'm afraid so. Hank's a stick in the mud. His schoolmates are those kids.
Well, he's been out in the world.
Yeah. Rough, tough lumberjack.
Well, you can use his matched luggage he brought home with him, Dad.
Yeah, I'm afraid not, Claudia. I hinted that I might like to use one of the smaller pieces, but I was informed that it was strictly airplane luggage, and since I'm being very plebeian and taking the train, I don't quite qualify.
He'll get to use it himself, won't he? Didn't he say he was going to Fresno or someplace on a debating tour?
By bus? Oh, no. He refuses to sully his luggage on such lowly transportation.
Well, he's at least consistent.
Yes, Hazel went over to Father Barber's to get some kind of a duffel bag for him to use.
He'll cut quite a figure in his new hand-tailored suit.
Which he bought with money the family was chump enough to send him. Honestly, when I think of how he put it over on all of us...
Well, more power to the lad. I think it was very clever of him. Oh, isn't that someone coming up our pathway?
So foggy. Oh, it's Jack.
Sure, it is. What's he doing out on a day like this? I'll go let him in.
You don't suppose Betty could be sending him out on an errand in this fog?
Oh, poor Jack.
Come in, come in.
Hi, Nicky.
Come and get warm by this fire.
Oh, hi, Claude.
Hi.
Dan.
Yeah, you look a little dampish.
Whoa, it's getting real cold out. Boy, does that fire feel good.
Take your coat off, Jack.
Oh, no, I can only stay a second. You know why I'm here, of course.
Well, old boy, whatever the reason, we're delighted to see you.
Honestly, I told Betty I'm getting a little embarrassed always running over here to borrow something. Feel like a poor relation. What am I saying? I am a poor relation.
Well, just the same, you're a darn sweet relation.
Well, what can we do for you, Jack, old son? Name it and it's yours, even to half my kingdom.
Better not let Betty hear you say that. She might take you at your word. Oh, I'm kidding. She hates borrowing as much as I do.
Jack, will you stop being silly? What did you come over here for? We're delighted you think of us.
Yes, I feel a little out of things. Didn't come to our house first.
Well, I was going to just kind of alternate a little, but when I called your house, Dan, nobody was home.
Oh, well, then you're forgiven.
Well, what I came over for was... Now, you tell me if you're going to be using it, won't you?
Yes, Jack.
Betty wants to borrow your big roasting pan.
Well, that's very simple, old boy.
One of the fellows at the office won a 15-pound turkey on a raffle, and I bought it from him. I got it cheap because he lives in a hotel and didn't know what to do with it.
That's quite a sizable bird.
Yeah, but I get quite a sizable family.
Nicky, go out and get it, will you?
One roaster coming up.
Say, Jack, how'd your daughters like the books you took home?
You see, Claude, I do get things occasionally from some other place. Hazel and Dan gave me some children's books the other day.
Papa Jack had read Peter Rabbit to the kiddies until Papa was gagging.
To put it politely.
Did you read them the new stories?
Oh, don't ask. You think they'd have any part of Rudyard Kipling in his Just So stories? Not my daughters. We want Peter Rabbit, Daddy.
What did you do?
I'm still reading Peter Rabbit, naturally.
Here you are, Jack. This big enough for you?
Oh, that's swell. Thanks a lot, Nicky.
Not at all. Quite a load for you. You,
Hi.
Oh, that you, Joan, darling?
Oh, hello,
Hi,
John.
John.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, brother, is it ever cold out? Oh, did Penny get home safe? Yes, she got out of school early. Here, get up close to the fire.
You didn't have a very warm coat on.
When I left this morning, I thought it was going to be a pretty nice day.
And it turned and snapped at you.
I'll say it did. Ooh, never trust San Francisco weather.
Well, neither wind nor rain nor snow shall stay this errand boy from the performance of his duty. I gotta get home with my loot.
Let's say hello to Betty, Jack.
Okay. I'll be over in plenty of time to take you down to the station tonight, Dan.
Fine, thanks, Jack.
Well, look here, I'll be glad to take Dan down if you'd like to stay home, Jack.
Quiet, Nicky. I welcome these little excursions. I volunteered for this job. Gives me a chance to miss Peter Rabbit. Get it?
Quite.
Well, thanks a lot. I'll be seeing you. Bye.
Bye,
Come on,
Jack.
Jack. Well, I'll go along and open the door for you. You have your hands full.
Joan, darling, as soon as you get warm, you'd better go up and change into some dry shoes.
Oh, okay.
Bye-bye, Jack.
So long. Thanks.
Right up.
Jack and all his troubles.
I love to hear him gripe. There's never any malice in it.
Ah, he's a sweet kid.
John, dear, don't you think you should get on some dry shoes?
Oh, we've already settled that, Nicky.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's okay, Nicky. I'm going right up.
You getting warm?
Oh, sure.
See anything of my two huskies on the way home?
Hank and Pinky? Mm-hmm. Oh, sure. I walked home with them a ways. Pinky's all excited about going on the debating trip.
I know.
Joan, I don't want to be fussy, but I don't want you to take cold. Go up and change your shoes, and then you can come right down again.
Okay, Mother. I'll go right up. Tell Pinky I wish him a lot of luck, Dan.
I will, Joan. Thank you.
My dear, did you hear...
Nicky, please.
Well, I've got to get on my horse.
Excuse me, Dan. I'm sorry, Nicky. I didn't mean to shush you, but I didn't want Joan to overhear you.
Quite right. What I was going to say was, did you hear what I heard?
How could I miss it? It was too wonderful.
Dad probably doesn't know what we're talking about.
Oh, you think not? I was practically stunned.
I can't get over it. In all these years, that's the first time Joan ever called me Mother. I wonder if Dad's over home. This would please him more about Joan than anything I know.
Well, call him if you like. Father Bob would be delighted to hear from one of his children.
Yes. All this about Daniel going away. I say it again. I don't know why it is, Hazel, that these things occur, and I know nothing whatever about them. Is this a secret?
It just isn't very important, Father.
So, he'll be riding a fast train all night. Is that it? 90 or 100 miles an hour on one of those thin-skinned streamliners through a fog. Oh, no, that's not important. Keep it dark.
It won't be foggy 10 miles inland, Dad.
Well, it doesn't take 10 miles of railroad track to produce an accident, Paul. An accident can be produced anywhere in 20 feet.
Have you tasted that bread, Father? Mrs. Kettleman's a marvel.
Yeah, it stays in your mouth long enough to taste good, and then it just vanishes.
Go ahead and change the subject. See if I can.
Well, if you people excuse me, I'll run upstairs and change.
Paul, do you know where Mother keeps that little canvas duffel bag, the one with the zipper?
Well, it might be in the storage room.
No, it's in the front hall closet, Hazel. Andy used it this summer.
Oh, yeah. Here it is, Hazel.
I'll get it. Just leave it there. Thank you, Paul. Father, are you opening a window?
Listen to that. Beautiful. Hey, come here and look. My solemn word, look at that rolling whiteness.
Man, oh, man.
What in the world? That's the heaviest fog.
Beautiful. The parade of a million ghosts, eh? Why, your mother won't be able to find a way home across the hedge without a guideline.
Just nothing. Everything blotted out in all directions.
Hazel, I wish Dan weren't traveling tonight. I'd like to feel that everybody's safe and sound and all together. Yes, where does this Ritter family live? Where Andy's staying? Miles away, I presume.
No, Dad, just 2 blocks over. Hey, it's getting chilly. Let's close that window.
Yes. Hazel, is that the zipper bag you've been talking about?
Yes, Father.
Oh, that's a disgrace. Daniel shouldn't be seen with that on any first-class train to Los Angeles.
Oh, this isn't for Dan. I wanted it for Pinky.
For his school books?
Oh, no, for his bus trip to Fresno. Well, I think I'd better run along
Now,
now.
just hold on there. Hold on a moment. Did you say bus trip?
Why, yes, Father.
Pinky on a bus trip?
The debating society.
Oh, no. He made the team after all, Hazel.
That's right.
He got on what team? Why don't people tell me these things? Team, bus trip, where's he going?
Didn't I tell you? I told Mother.
You were probably out in the garden, Dad. That's why so much news gets by you. You're always out communing with the sow bugs and the gutworms.
Oh, I'm sorry, Father. I just assumed Mother told you.
Your mother, Hazel, isn't in the house anymore often enough to order the groceries. This morning at breakfast, there wasn't even enough cream. No, she'd been at Betty's yesterday when the milkman came. So busy counting triplets, she hasn't time to order coffee cream. All afternoon it's been that way. Always the phone, ring, interrupted.
I get it.
There's a bazaar. There's going to be a policeman's ball with 2 orchestras. Only $7 a couple.
Hello?
$3, Father. I bought a ticket myself.
Oh, hold it, everybody. Hello?
Yeah, whatever it is. There's going to be a rummage sale.
Yes, Father.
Roberta, well, hello.
Every organization in San Francisco.
Oh, look, Roberta, well, I haven't a whole lot of interest in anthropology or anthropological professors. Is that the way you pronounce it? Anthropological? It's a toughie. Huh? Well, we've got a nice fire here, and I'll
Tell her to come over and we'll have a 400 game of bridge.
What'd you say, Roberta? Well, he's what? Oh, I didn't know that. You don't say.
He didn't know what?
I don't know, Father.
Well, sure. Yeah, I can make it, Roberta. There's a pea soup fog out, so I'll have to drive slowly.
Clifford, you're not going to drive anywhere in this weather.
Yeah. Oh, sure, I like shish kebab.
Shish kebab?
It's meat.
Why don't they say meat?
All right. Sure, I'll get dressed right now. Oh, yeah, sure, I'll be careful. Okay, Roberta. Yeah, I can be there in an hour anyhow. Bye, Roberta. What's that? No, Andy's out for the night. Yeah, with a friend. Okay, darling, bye. Hey, who was it in this family who used to quote a saying of Mark Twain's about trouble?
Oh, I'm an old man and I've known much trouble, but most of it never happened. You mean that one?
Ah, that's the one.
Oh, what's so funny?
Roberta neglected to tell me a little item that was pretty doggone important.
Huh?
Well, she's been busy a couple of times when I called. And all you gals said I'd had Andy out with us too much this summer, and I thought she was getting kind of bored, maybe.
Well, she'd been going out on dates with Professor Wilbur Parker, whoever he may be. It hasn't looked too propitious to me.
But, Dad, that's it. That's the point. She just mentioned it's Professor Parker's birthday.
And you're going to help celebrate it? Oh, that's nice, Clifford. Is he going to have a cake?
Yeah, with 82 candles on it.
Oh, how many?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been worrying about him. You see what you can build up in your mind? I'll see you later. I got a dress. Bye.
There now, Hazel. You see what happens? Now there's 3 of them out for the evening. Hazel, since you're alone tonight, you come over and you and your mother and I'll play 3-handed.
But I've got to take Margaret to the Girl Scouts.
On a night like this?
Oh, Father, I've really got to run. I've got 1,000,001 things to do. I always stay too long over here.
Now, you just hold on a moment. You haven't told me yet about Pinky and his ridiculous bus trip.
Oh, well, he got on the debating team at school the very first time he tried. I guess he made a wonderful speech.
Speech? Well, what about?
The life and hardships of a second assistant cook in a lumber camp.
You ought to know about that. It was good, was it?
What I heard of it was just wonderful, Father. You see, they're going by bus to Fresno.
Fresno? Tonight? Who do you mean?
The high school debating team. Pinky's the youngest member on it. You ought to be very proud.
But why to Fresno of all places?
It's the state contest, Father. I've really got to run. Tell Mother I took the duffel bag.
Yes. I will if I ever see her again.
Oh, Paul, how nice you look.
Thank you. Hold on, I'll go out with you.
Isn't anybody going to bother even to say goodbye to me?
Oh, so long, Dad. I'll see you later.
Yes.
Goodbye, Father.
Midnight train. Bus to Fresno. Employees' dinner. Yeah. Scattered like birdshot. Well, by George, I'm not going to sit here alone. Yeah, telephone.
Dad, so long.
Now, just hold on, Clifford.
I better get on my horse, Dad. It's a long way. I don't want to drive fast.
If I get a call you've had another accident, which hospital do you prefer?
I'll be okay. See you later.
Yes. Fine thing to leave a man all alone with a nice, cozy fire like this and the fog outside. Oh, hello. Betty? Let me speak to Fanny, please. She's where? Well, when she comes downstairs. Who has a cold? Oh, Elizabeth Sheridan has a cold. Relating to her? I see. The temperature of what? Yes, well, temperature in a child doesn't... All right. Tell her not to hurry, then. All right. Oh, Bessie, when Jack gets home, if he hasn't anything to do, he could come over and we... Huh? Going to drive Dan to the train? Yes. Well, never mind. Goodbye. No, sir. Not all evening alone. I won't do it. Dr. Thompson, please. Henry Barbour. Hello. Fred? Henry Barbour. When you get through practicing medicine this evening, you... Huh? Oh, is that so? Now, look here, Fred. I'm going to be alone all evening with a nice fire and some new homemade bread. Now, how about a good 2-handed game of... You going where? Why do you doctors always have to have dinner together? Why don't some people sometime meet at home, huh? Oh, no. I wouldn't think of going out. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do right now? It's 5 minutes after 4, and I'm going to bed. No, because I'm lonesome. That's why. I'm a very lonely man. I worked my heart out to provide a pleasant, comfortable home for my family, and I can't persuade anyone ever to stay in it.
And that's exactly what Father Barbour did. Went to bed at 5 minutes after 4 in the afternoon. And now, after midnight, Paul and Clifford are home from their various evenings out. Cliff was in first, and Paul, seeing a light under his door, stops by.
Hey, Cliff.
Yeah, come in. Oh, hiya, fella.
Saw your light on, so I thought you must be up.
Yeah, I just got in about 5 minutes ago. Sit down, Paul.
Yeah. How's the date with Roberta?
Was swell.
Got everything patched up again?
Oh, you mean my rival, Professor Wilbur? Wasn't that something? Here I was being jealous of a man in his 80s. Just goes to show.
Well, I'm glad your love life's running smooth again.
How was your evening?
Banquet. You know how deadly they can be.
Yeah. Chicken and green peas?
No, turkey and green peas. A little cold.
Make your speech?
Yep.
How were you?
Nervous and dull.
Oh, come on. I bet you slayed him.
Well, I may not have been brilliant, but at least I was short. Well, suppose I better be crawling up to my attic.
Wait a minute, Paul. You're not feeling so hot, are you?
Why do you say that?
Well, there's something. You really don't want to go up to bed yet, I can tell. What's on your mind?
Well, you listen to the boy.
Come on, sit down. Somebody's always unloading his troubles on you, but you never get a chance to get anything off your chest.
Oh, thanks. If I had anything to unload, you'd be it.
I've been thinking about you a lot lately. You lead an awful recluse life, it seems to me.
An old bachelor's bound to be pretty much of a lone wolf, I'm afraid, Flip.
Well, what goes with this Nicolette gal? I can't remember anything about her or your relationship with her before my accident, but everybody tells me you used to give her quite a rush. How about that?
Oh, we were pretty close there for a while, no doubt about that.
What happened? You haven't taken her out for weeks.
Well, this summer she was at the Sky Ranch, and I was down here, and I had Joan to look after, and, well, you know.
You're stalling on me, pal. We've been down from the Sky Ranch for how long now? I'll shut up if you'd rather.
No, I don't mind telling you about Nicolette.
Well, shoot then.
She's such a marvelous girl. I'm really awfully fond of her, but... Well, the whole trouble is, where's it going to lead? For a while there, we even talked about getting married.
That's what I understand. Why didn't you?
Well, we both realized it just wasn't a thing for us.
Why?
I don't know why. Just the way we both felt.
Mm-hmm.
So now I feel it isn't fair somehow to see too much of her. You know what I mean.
You know, fella, I guess you never will marry again.
Well, I'm a long way from being a kid anymore.
Oh, I didn't mean that. Gosh, I remember when I was a kid and you came home after the First World War all shot up. How the family talked about you marrying a young Red Cross nurse in France and losing her. Do you suppose that's it, Paul? That you just love that one girl and you can never... Shouldn't I say this?
Go ahead. Maybe it's good for me.
Oh, hey, I got an idea. Are you hungry?
Oh,
Let's go down to the kitchen and get some crackers and a big glass of cold milk. How about it?
That sounds pretty good. Didn't really get filled up on that banquet food.
Well, okay, let's go. Oh, let's be quiet, though, so we won't wake anybody.
Okay, here we go. This'll be...
Oh, hey, Dad, did we wake you?
I scared. Wait a second. I don't want to wake your mother.
Hey, were we talking loud?
No. I was awake. Were you going downstairs?
Yeah, we were going down to get some crackers and milk.
Good idea. I'll go with you.
Hey, not so loud, Dad.
Oh, come on, let's go.
Lead the way. We're coming.
A little dark right along here. Watch your daddy's steps.
How many times do you think I've been up and down these steps in the dark? I could go any place in this house blindfolded.
I bet you could.
You can't live in a place 30-odd years and not be fairly familiar with it.
How come you were awake, Dad?
I went to bed in the middle of the afternoon.
What?
I was lonesome, and I lost my temper and went to bed. Now I've got my sleep out, and I'm wide awake.
Well, here we are. It's like old times, raiding the icebox at midnight.
I hope Fanny doesn't wake up. Find the light switch, Cliffy.
Oh, I got it.
It'd be great if there wasn't any milk.
Hey, what are we being so darn quiet about? Mom can't hear us way down here.
I wouldn't be too sure. She's got sharp ears at times, I've heard.
Well, what'll it be? Milk for everybody?
Yes. I'll get the crackers.
Let's see what else this icebox has to offer here. Fruit, chicken legs, salad. Oh, yeah, milk aplenty. Here, Cliff, you want to take this bottle?
Got it.
Tired tomato, cottage cheese. Oh. Unless I'm mistaken, there seems to be half an apple pie here. Could I interest you, gentlemen?
Oh, that's for me, baby.
Dad?
No. They're too heavy at this time of night.
Looks awful good.
Huh?
Take a peek.
Yes. You going to have some?
Well, we sure are. Come on, Dad. It won't hurt you.
Well, of course it won't hurt me. I wasn't thinking about that.
Oh, you're thinking about Mom.
Exactly.
Well, if she says anything, we'll tell her we forced it down your throat.
Yes. Very well, then. Start forcing.
You have just heard Chapter 3, Book 72 of One Man's Family, written, produced, and transcribed under the direction of Carlton E. Morse. Chapter 4, entitled The New Twist to the Old Story, will come to you next week at this same hour.
You want the best Sunday listening. So today, listen to NBC for the top-notch entertainment of the Phil Harris-Alice Faye Show. And then stay tuned as mystery expert Sam Spade solves your listening problem with an exciting and humorous new caper. For the best listening, keep tuned to NBC. One Man's Family comes to you from California. You're tuned for the stars on NBC.